Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty intriguing stuff going on when it comes to the future of the PlayStation 5, the games they want to go remake and work on, and as well, one of the more bigger media sides when it comes to making movies, making all these really cool publications, and the future of all of that. So, we as well sit back, relax, and enjoy because I think this will be a pretty good one to go and talk about. And also a lot of brand new kind of big acquisition news, the future of Sony, the future of media, and also brand new movies and shows as well. Now, it's not going to only be focused on the whole movie side because this does correlate a lot towards games and future games too as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below in case you guys would like to go and follow. And of course, I appreciate you guys all very much for watching in the first place. So, if you guys have missed the news, been kind of some intriguing back and forth when it comes to the business side. Sony has been trying to go and buy Paramount. Now, Paramount itself, as I'm sure you guys probably know, is a pretty big media conglomerate when it comes to what they own and what they have. And it's been intriguing too because there's been a lot of back and forth going on to it. It's been ongoing for a little while. Saying a bid from Sony's Pictures Entertainment and Apollo Global Management to acquire Paramount has gained a lot of steam, and as well, these have basically extended a $26 billion offer to go and try to buy out Paramount. Makes a lot of sense. I'm sure you guys know Sony does a lot of music, has done a lot of good movies, and of course, obviously, just a overall big brand. But at the same time, this deal is at a little bit of issues, a little bit of hiccups going on, where at this current moment, we're not sure what's going to be bought by Paramount. There was a few deals that actually fell through, and ever since then, basically Paramount might have gotten a secondary offer that might be on the slightly cheaper side, which is intriguing because they're trying to push for an all-cash offer, and at Sony shareholders have expressed concerns, though, over Sony's intentions for Paramount, and specifically, the company rumored plans to keep Paramount Studio, but also sell off the TV networks and Paramount's Plus streaming business, and it's kind of one of those all-around side things. But one thing you guys have probably known in the mix of all this is that Sony's been also trying to push a lot of brand new TV and movie side, where basically PlayStation has now been trying to go and hear a lot of intriguing things. Now, I'm trying to pull this up here really quick, but we're now hearing rumors about Uncharted 2. So as you guys know, Uncharted 1 came out, and people liked it. The reviews over here on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb are not the best, but people liked it, made a lot of movie. But in terms of this one, Uncharted 2 is actually officially now in development, where the Uncharted 2 movie is now officially coming out with Tom Holland and some of these big boys. So as reported by Variety, Sony Pictures executive Steve Odell confirmed the news during Sony's presentation at the 2024 Cine Europe trade show. He listed the sequel to the Tom Holland starring Uncharted film adaptation as one of the studio's upcoming projects, so it has been pretty much fully confirmed. So they did have the first movie, had a $139 million global office opening weekend, which is great, and of course it was an all-around big hit, and any type of big production you could have worked on in is always being big. So they have confirmed that there is another upcoming Uncharted movie. So I'm sure you guys can probably get what this means. When it comes to Sony, both on video games, how are they going to decide on what games to make next and remake? And I'm sure you guys can kind of see what this has all been alluding towards. The Last of Us TV show, Last of Us remake, God of War, one of the bigger games out there, God of War TV show with Amazon, Uncharted, and Uncharted 2. But this kind of leads towards more fun things. Uncharted as a series for video games has always been really well received. I would say a lot of people really liked it, but we have not had a new Uncharted game in quite some time. Could you guys probably put the two and two together? Because I'm sure you guys can. Uncharted 2 as a movie is in production. And what are we kind of expecting? And what are we kind of lacking on? Brand new big IPs. And if they're going for a secondary movie and also rocking in someone like Tom Holland, this is going to be a big banger of a movie. And of course, what do they want to do? A brand new Uncharted game, or potentially more Uncharted-like stuff mixed on in. Now, we're seeing rumors as of well in the background that there is a new Uncharted game in the works. Whether it's a spin-off or not, we don't know the full-on leaks. But it's going to kind of go and note that we see this, because on the media side, it's very, very big when it comes to PlayStation. Because we're seeing PlayStation trying to push for things like Paramount, trying to push for outside sources, making Spider-Man movies and games, and obviously you have things like the Horizon Forbidden West. We've also seen on the other various shows, once again, Last of Us, etc., etc. But we're also going to see other various things too as well. When it comes to the distinct pattern here between PlayStation production releases and all these remakes and remasters, as well as all the ports. So kind of go through the tweet itself, we're seeing some of these big boys as well that are either in production or being made. Last of Us Season 1 and Season 2 in the future. We also did have the Twist and Metal Season 1 that went pretty well. They had the HBO Last of Us Season 2 and 3. So once again, we had the remake. We are most likely, based on like rumors and how we're seeing a lot of the Naughty Dog side, most likely going to have a Last of Us Season 3 soon and Season 2, but also probably a Last of Us Part 3 as well, because it would just make sense. So we had the remake for 1 and 2, kind of corresponds as well, but it makes a lot of sense. Like, you have all these new people coming into the PlayStation ecosystem and gaming ecosystem. So what do you do the best with that? You go and release all these medias at once and get sales. It's like when people used to make movie video games. All the times they were kind of mediocre, but they were still good at the time. They have the Amazon Prime God of War show. They have Disney Plus shows and Hulu films and all of this. But you also have the movies with Uncharted. And as I just mentioned, Uncharted 2. Ghost of Tsushima, which we are also hearing rumors of a Ghost of Tsushima 2. So what better time to release the Ghost of Tsushima either a little bit before the second game comes out, so people can learn the story, learn the characters, and then go and segue into the game very well, and then just instantly day one buy Ghost of Tsushima 2. Or games like Jak and Dexter. It's been a very long time, so why not go and make one? Why not go make a movie? Why not make a show for it? And then go and release the game, so people are talking about it and getting hyped up for it. The sales for the Last of Us games went huge. Insanely huge after the show came out. There was probably a lot of people who have never heard of it, have an HBO subscription, checked out the show and saw the good reviews and good comments on it, and as that all went on happening, then people bought the game. They bought PlayStation 5 consoles, they bought the game itself and the hardware, or they maybe just never played the first one, but they played the second one, which was actually, funny enough, me. I played the second one first. I don't know why, I just felt like it, and then I played the first one afterwards. Really weird twist, and don't get me wrong, I know I'm a little bit stupid on that one. It was a really good story, and I really wish I would have played the first one first. Would have filled in a lot of blanks, but you were still able to go play the second game without it. So once again, like, I'm almost a case in point. And I also have other things too, such as like the Uncharted 2 movie, and then I do think Until Dawn's a good example. So let's kind of put this case in point. Until Dawn just had their PlayStation showcase. They are making a PC and PS5 version. And they're also making a movie. I think it'll be a phenomenal movie. But when it comes to this, you release either the game first, and it gets really good sales because you kind of maybe work with the IP or own the publishing rights. Say if you're working with Sony itself making the movie, then you're going to win. People are going to play the game, recognize the game, and make the movie. Or as well, depending on how it might work. Something like Uncharted. I'll be honest with you guys. Uncharted probably fits a lot more of the bills of normal people, the normies that are not maybe hardcore gamers, who'd like that. Like my own mother would probably like the Uncharted game. They'd probably really like this as a whole. And I would say that's a win. That's a big win. So I'm a little bit, it's like at the end of the day, like this is what we want. This is what we need. This is what we do. And we want to go get all these games, you know? I don't know, just in my opinion. So it kind of makes a lot of sense. It's all corresponding with this. It all makes sense. You release the media on the big TV, you release it on big shows, big movies, or as well, then you go and release it up on like a game console, and it just kind of intertwines between everything. And you have to always remember too that Sony as a company has a lot of money when it comes to film, when it comes to pull on film, when it comes to getting movies in movie theaters and film festivals and good reviews, having easy music to integrate into this, and at the same time, you can kind of make these all work at once. Like if you have this big media conglomerate, utilize all the features you have. That's a big deal. At least in my mind, that's a big deal. Because if you can make a lot of millions of impressions, millions of views on TV shows, make it go viral, make it go on HBO and have brand new people, Netflix with like 100 million subscribers, that will make your game series better. So at the end of the day, it'll probably lead towards a good indication of what they're going to want to remake. So going through that list, Jak and Dexter. We're probably going to maybe see a Jak and Dexter game in the work. Gravity Rush might be in the works. A brand new Uncharted game might be in the works. Gran Turismo going to maintain it up. Ghost of Tsushima 2, been a little bit casually leaked and talked about, most likely in the works. And as well, God of War, maybe another like big iteration of God of War coming on out, a new Horizon. Look at the Lego game, look at the VR games, and that just makes a lot of sense. So I just want to talk about this one because I think the idea of Sony expanding out to brand new media vibes is also intriguing too, because they're trying to focus more on real industrial media versus say Xbox going for Game Pass, etc. So I don't know, give me your thoughts and comments on all this down below. I think it's very intriguing just kind of seeing where the big business lies, and I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below, and I appreciate you guys all very much for watching in the first place.